Hiya! What's up? This is Wired and Weird. How you doing? How the fuck you doing? This is Jeremiah Hughes, and we have a special guest today. It's actually one of my oldest and bestest friends in the world, one of the coolest people, and one of the best upcoming comics that I have personally ever heard. Mainly because our humor types really click. So I'm pleased to introduce my bestest friend in the whole world.
Anthony Beisel, and if you would ask my high school teachers, they would confirm with you I am very special. Terrible test grades. But we won't talk about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, he said it, not me. This is a special Wired and Weirder Wacky Wednesday edition. So we're just popping in. We're going to say hi. We're going to talk for a little bit. We got a special guest in here. We're still going to have episodes every Saturday, but we just wanted to keep you wired. We wanted to keep you weird, so we thought we'd stop in with a special guest and say hi. How you doing, Anthony?
Do you want the conversational answer or the realistic, annoying answer?
Well, I feel like you would say, like, oh, pretty good. That's like the realistic, annoying one.
No, I mean that's the conversational answer, I think, because you know when you ask somebody like how they're doing, and it's like in passing, and they're like, "Oh, fucking terrible, man," and you're just like, "Oh God, what did I get myself into?"
Yeah,
It's so annoying, you know.
yeah.
But I'm not doing half bad.
Tell me how you're really doing. Tell the people how you're doing.
I'm doing pretty good actually. I'm on my weekend. It's my Sunday night right now, and had a fun night last night. Did a whole to do. Went up to Olympia, watched the Halloween movie. That's a story for a different day. Or
The
at
new
least later in
Halloween
the
movie?
episode.
There's a new one. I didn't even realize this until 2 days ago that they're still making these Halloween movies. When did the first one come out? I remember my mom saying she was like 18 when the first one came out.
It's like got to be like 1970, something like that. Like
I really dated my mom there.
What's that?
I really dated my mom there. Sorry, Mom.
Very early 70s, I'd say.
Yeah.
And I actually prefer the old ones. It has like a classic vibe to them that's even more scary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with the folks at home. We go way back. We've been best friends since about 2003. Pals all throughout grade school. Not to gush too much, but he knows me super well. And this guy ruined horror movies for me.
Oh, yeah.
He made me sit through like Jason Voorhees movies and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He loves them. He loves those movies, not shitting on them. I've seen enough of them. So I'm not surprised when you said you saw the new Halloween movie. I ain't going to be seeing it, folks. That is not a wreck. I'm not going to talk about it. So sorry about that. But,
Well, the thing is I didn't go to the movie thinking that it was going to be a great movie, you know? Because I saw the last one, and the last one sucked, the one that came out like 3 years ago. But I feel like it's more of like the vibe, the time of year. Like, you got to go see the Halloween movie. And I like Halloween. I mean, I should say I like horror movies.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's kind of like there's nothing else to do. It's out. It's kind of like a vibe type of thing.
Lexi really enjoys the fall vibe. She loves the leaves changing. She really likes going out to the pumpkin patch and getting a pumpkin and making chili. And I'm down with it. It's fun. She likes to get the pumpkin spice scented candles and do all that bullshit. And I like it. It's a good kind of change of the season thing for me.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Honestly, I enjoy the fall season a lot. All the way up until Halloween, and then after that, it's like, I'm over it. I hate it after that.
I didn't even fucking start the timer. God damn it. Jesus Christ. Okay. How we doing? All right, here we go. This is Wired and Weird. I very well may just keep that in there. God damn it.
Just add 3 minutes to it.
Yeah, it wasn't very long. Let's take a shot.
Oh,
we got some booze in here in the studio because it's Wired and Weirder Wednesdays.
So this might be an all to do.
This is going to be good radio. He is not good at taking shots. I'm forcing him to take a shot with me.
Yeah, So me taking a shot, I would imagine is the same thing as like a gay man trying to like be with a woman. I gag. So,
Well, this will be good. I wish we had a video for this, but we do not. So
I'm not tap dancing here. However badly I take this is all legitimate.
we don't know how
folks.
this. We literally have a bucket on the ground. We don't know how this is gonna go. He's not a big, huge shot taker. So
remind
if
me.
you have a little booze, if you're having a smoke, if you're hanging out, cheers.
Hold on now though.
Hold the phone.
Remind me of the patented 3-step rule of the Jeremiah shot taking.
Oh, okay. So the patented Jeremiah shot technique is 1, have chaser in left hand.
Okay, just to paint the picture, I do have a Jack Daniel's Lynchburg lemonade
Fantastic drink.
cocktail I'm drinking right now, canned.
I have an orange mango body armor, and we both have some gin in our shot glasses. So you have your chaser in your left hand, you'll have your shot in your right hand. What you do is we take a sip of our chaser, then we shoot, and then in the same shot motion, we just guzzle our chaser. So you want to get about a quarter of a mouthful of regular num-nums in our mouth.
Okay.
Ready, buddy?
No. But we'll do it.
Cheers. Oh boy.
Well, you know what? That worked out just fine, actually.
Yeah, not bad at all.
No. That wasn't bad. I'm impressed with myself. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back.
See, we gave them a cliffhanger and we did not pay off. They will be upset about that.
No bucket needed.
They thought you were gonna vomit.
Remember that time a couple years ago where we all went up to Olympia and skated, and I took that shot in the back seat of your car, or your old car, and I took the shot and I gagged, and I was like, but the doors were all still shut and locked, and I didn't have a barf bag or anything, so I kind of like spit back up. Remember that? I was like,
I totally forgot about that until right now. Oh, yeah. I remember doing the same thing over my sink when I lived in Olympia in that apartment. Remember those test tube shot glasses I had?
oh yeah, I like those.
Oh, dude. Some horrible times with those test tube shot glasses. I was really figuring out the equation to life with that one right there.
Oh yeah.
Let's do some would you rathers for the people here.
Lay it on me, pops.
Let's see. I thought of a couple of them ahead of time. I want to give you a good one here. I want to hear your thoughts on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather vomit on your hero, and who is your hero, or would you rather have your hero vomit on you, and why?
So my initial thought process on this would be, if I vomit on my hero, right? Which off the top of my head, I'll just say like Mark Normand or some stupid bullshit answer like that, like someone that I like and listen to and, try to aspire to be. Like he's
one of my heroes is Mark Normand. Yeah, so I get that. He's
doing what we want to do, and he's doing it really, obviously, on a super multi-professional level.
Yes.
And so my thought process is, I wouldn't want to piss off my hero, right? I would want... So there's two options here. I puke on my hero, and he's pissed at me. Or at least, like, not pissed, but God, I don't want to be around you anymore. Mm-hmm. Or your hero pukes. Did I say pisses or pukes?
You said pukes.
Okay, good. So, or your hero pukes on you, and now he owes you something, right? Or she.
Or they don't want to ever see you again because they're very embarrassed. You got to think about that.
But you also got to think about...
Now, when they see you, they have that negative connotation, like, oh, God, that's the guy I fucking puked on.
But they're not going to have a negative connotation if you puke on them? See what I mean here? It's both... You're both getting to the same bad destination either way, right? I would rather go to that destination where they feel like they owe me something and me not piss off my hero. I'd rather have them do it than they'd be like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Like, here's free tickets to a show... or blah, blah, blah.
Mark Normand wouldn't do that.
Probably not. But
now I'd be like, sorry, fatty, you want me to sign that for you?
Yeah, but I I would probably go with the other way around because I'm a very like thoughtful person in some ways, like, and I know some ways not, but some ways like I feel like I don't want to piss people off, and like I'm very neurotic like that. So if I puked on somebody, I feel like I could get away with it a lot easier in my mind, knowing that they puked on me, and all I have to do is wash it off and get over it, and then I don't have to feel like I wronged anybody. I'm gonna go with the second one. I'm gonna go with I would rather have my hero puke on me. Well, what
Okay.
about you, Fatty?
What about me? Well, I'd say, hmm, it's it's a double-edged sword because you kind of nailed it, but then you have to take into account the aesthetic part of being vomited on, like the smell, and like we've all puked, and like when you turn your head and you puke, ha!
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's done. You're over with it. If you puke in someone's lap, if someone pukes in your lap,
Oh,
dude, like, come on.
the
And
lap
then
puke is horrible.
think about it, and then like your favorite you're wearing your favorite jeans to see your favorite comedian, and he pukes and it seeps onto your phone, and you got to put the phone on your face, and then it's like you're never gonna see Mark Norman again, man. Like, are you gonna like hang out with the guy? Is he gonna be like, oh yeah, actually, that was nice. Let's be best friends. Like that? No. I mean, I'm gonna probably go with puke on, and one of my hero would probably be like Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I would puke on Jerry Seinfeld, mainly because I don't have to get puked on, and I know most likely I'll probably never have to see him again. And if I do, he seems nice enough to be like, hey, how you doing? Even though he's like, oh, that's the motherfucker that puked on me.
You think he seems nice?
I think he seems polite enough.
I think he seems like.
I think he seems polite enough to be
Yeah.
like, hey, how you doing? And like, if I pushed it, he'd be like, all right, get out of here, puke pants, or
Yeah.
whatever. But like, I mean, he seems like a polite guy. Have you seen the video with him and Kesha?
Oh, so cringy. Yeah, I've seen
Cringy,
that.
but he was very polite about it. He just held his own, is all.
Yeah,
Everyone catches him flack about it. And if you haven't seen it, look up Jerry Seinfeld Kesha on YouTube. You'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely stood up for himself because
She cut him off mid-joke.
Yeah, he was having an interview, and then she waltzes in like she can just, some people feel so entitled to things. Like, have you ever been out to a restaurant with anybody and like, okay, so I'll give you this example. I was at like a Denny's a while back, a couple years ago, and I was in like a big group of people, and this girl in the group, she like started eating things off my plate without my permission.
No.
And you could just tell that she felt entitled because, like, and you know how I am with food.
Yes.
And sharing and stuff.
Fuck off.
Yeah. And she legitimately, I think she was like across from me, or maybe like sitting right by me in the group or something. And she's like, oh, that looks good. And she leaned over me and like took like a sausage link or like a, and I was like, excuse me?
Fatal mistake, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. But anyway, back to what we were saying. The Kesha video.
Yeah, so he seems polite enough. I feel like he would give his to do and then move about life,
Yeah.
But you gotta, if you puke in Jerry Seinfeld's lap, you gotta write tennis with Seinfeld off the calendar. That ain't ever gonna happen.
No.
We gotta move on to the next one before we completely lose everyone.
I respect that one.
Here.
That's a good one.
Oh boy. So would you rather have a maid to clean up after you, or a chef to cook and clean after your dishes?
So,
and we're talking after your messes, do your laundry, 24/7, or cook all your meals, wash all your dishes 24/7. Have a meal prepped for you, ready. Don't worry about it.
So for me, this one's super easy because for me, I actually don't mind cleaning. Like, I like getting my room not messy or dirty, but like, I think everyone can relate to this. You work a lot, you come home, you just do the bare minimum, you shower, eat. You might leave a plate with no food on it, maybe just like the plate laying around, or it's not dirty, it's cluttered, and you just take a day, or not even a full day, but just a partial day, and you just throw a podcast on, or you throw some music on, and you just clean and just do dishes and you just
you
like,
put on Wired and Weird and you listen to
just put on Wired and Weird and
listen to us get kooky and you clean up the apartment. I totally get it, man. I do the same thing, actually. So I think I know where you're going with this, but lay it on me, fat man.
So for me, I don't mind cleaning up after myself because it's almost soothing to me. Like I said, you just make a couple hours out of it or less. You put something on, you listen to it. It's relaxing. But for me personally, I can't cook. And so if I could have somebody like stop by like every day, every other day, what have you, and just make me like a good meal and stuff, like that would do so much good for me in my life.
Yeah,
because I don't get like I feel like I don't get the proper nutrition I need, and I don't eat right all the time. And so if I could, that would take a huge, no pun intended, that would take a huge amount of work off my plate.
Off the plate. But I will I see that. And actually it's kind of funny you mentioned that because you were at my house a couple days ago when I was cooking dinner, and you said you go, man, I don't know how to work that fucking Instapot. And I thought it was kind of funny because Instapots are just like, they're like the easiest thing to use in the world. And so I could totally see you saying that. But I am actually, oftentimes I disagree with people with would you rathers, but I'm going to agree with you on this one. I would get the chef too. And it's not because I can't cook. I'm a very good cook, but when I cook, I don't cook healthy foods. And so what I would tell my chef to do is to, like, you know, basically give me the salmon and broccoli diet or whatever and meal prep for me. So because my big thing when I slip and I eat a cheeseburger or I get a pizza or something, it's when I failed to meal prep. It's when I don't have that food ready and then I make a rash decision because I'm too hungry. And I know everyone at home relates to the too hungry, make a bad decision, regret it later.
Yep.
% on that one.
That
was a good
so we
one.
got one. We agreed with one.
Yeah, man. I like that.
Yeah. So anyway, I was on my I was eating some dinner before I headed over to the studio, and I was just walking out the door. Anything else, I would have stayed. But I saw a clip of, and this is a classic movie from you and I, my friend, Joe Dirt on the airways.
What? No, come on.
Joe Dirt.
That was on the movie? That was on TV?
That was on TV or something. I don't know if it was like what channel it was on, but it was the scene where he has the atom bomb strapped to his back, and he's like, "Hey, I ain't joking. I'll hit it, and it go boom."
And then they do hit it, and then it's just Dookie that comes out and coats him, right?
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I got the poo on me."
I got the poo.
But before that, he's like, "Hey, you, show me them boobies," and it's like a pretty attractive woman.
Yeah, he does like a whole hostage negotiation with a tank of shit hunk.
Yeah, it looks like some like Walmart version of Angelina Jolie, but she was still attractive.
Dude, and, I gotta say, that is a fantastic movie. What the odds that you're leaving and one of our favorite childhood movies was playing on the TV? I mean, it just goes to show how good it really still is. I mean, if it's still just on cable TV, it's so good. Such a quotable movie. One of my favorite parts of that movie, give David Spade his proper flowers. What a good acting job in that movie.
Oh yeah,
playing this Joe Dirte character.
Yeah.
But when he meets that Native American character, and he goes, "Oh, I got snakes and sparklers." That shit is so funny to me, man. Because I've been in stores that don't quite have what the customers want, and I felt very much like that guy.
Yeah, it's not about you; it's about the consumer. You know what's funny about that clip is, and I don't know this for 100% certainty, but I have a strong feeling about it. If you watch that scene where he's naming off of the fireworks that he has, he's looking a little bit cockeyed to where you think he should be looking, and he's got to be reading off a fucking notepad.
He has to. He has such a long stream of things, and you can't expect somebody after memorizing such many points of a movie to memorize that little bit for that day.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I love that movie. That's such a funny movie. One of the best parts of that movie, aside from the part that I just said, the snakes and sparklers part, is the part where he finds out that big space rock is a hunk of shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then one of the first times in comedy I've ever really gotten a callback and really understood the callback was because he was eating eating fries off of it and dipping the ketchup off of it.
Dude, you were eating off it.
Yeah, dude, and he doesn't say it himself. It's strongly inferred, you know, and then someone else says it to him if I'm not mistaken. But that was my first like, oh yeah, that was my first. I mean, we were young,
Yeah.
but that was the first time I was ever noticing like a callback in anything to a prior joke.
I'll see that callback and I'll one up you maybe, hopefully.
Give it to me.
This one is compared to that, very subtle. It's not even really like, you know, like for that one you had the dude, he's like, oh dude, you were eating off it. That was like to make it known. But another better callback than that is you know, when he's like going through those foster homes and he's like with that old lady and she's like, your nails must be scrubbed and you must be prim and proper and showered in your Sunday best. And he's like, okay, ma'am. He's like, and he has like that, and then that kooky guy that he goes hunting with, and he shoots the duck and he's like, you see that, boy? I shoot the duck and he goes and gets it. And he's like, obviously you're thinking that the dog's swimming, but it's vice versa. And it's Joe Dirt swimming out there. Jump forward later in the movie where he's meeting Brandy's dad, and she's trying to like, I think she's trying to like get him to like relate or something. And she's like, oh, Joe's been hunting before. And he's like, oh, you've been hunting? What do you, they make you go get the duck or like the bird or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's a callback to.
That definitely never registered for me.
Really?
Yeah, no, you're telling me about it for the first time in 27 years. That did not dawn on me.
There's another callback in the movie too.
That you're my sister?
No,
you're my sister. You're my sister. He's fucking his fucking or cousin. You're my
sister.
Sister. Oh god.
Yeah.
Thank you, David Spade, for giving us such a good piece of work as such a young kid. We were so impressionable and stuff like that. I gotta say, knowing a little more about David Spade, did you know that David Spade came up with Adam Sandler on SNL, and that's really where they got their start with Rob Schneider?
No, at the time I didn't. At the time, this is like probably. Well, it came out in 2001, but I didn't really probably watch it until 2003.
Mm-hmm.
But no, not until later time did I know that he was actually like involved with SNL and stuff.
Yeah, that's really where he got to start, and that's where so many great people got their start. Did you know that David Spade and Adam Sandler both worked with Chris Rock on SNL?
I think I did know that.
Along with Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What a quadruo right there. But at the same time, it's not for everybody. You know, no comedy's for everybody. Even Jerry Seinfeld or Jim Gaffigan isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I like about comedy is it's so dismissive. It's like, oh, well, you didn't like it. Fuck you. It's funny.
Right. By the way, speaking of comics, how was the Tom Segura show?
Oh, the Tom Segura show a few weeks ago was really good, actually. I saw it at the Paramount Theater in Seattle. He's working on very clearly working on a new special. And it's good, really good material. Yeah. It was one of those really good sets where a whole hour passes and you go, wow, that was everything. But then you look at your watch and you go, oh yeah, well, easily filled an hour. And in my opinion, that's some of the best comedy because time flew. You know what I'm saying?
Smooth.
It was smooth. It was good material. It was pretty dark, edgy material. I like not dark as in dark, but it was blue, edgy material. I liked it.
That's good.
It was really good stuff. I was all along it. The only thing I could poo-poo about was about the venue. Nothing about Tom Segura whatsoever. He was a wonderful act. Did so good. But we were packed in like sardines, man.
Was it not that big?
It was a huge venue. There was 3,000 people there.
Jesus
sold out.
Christ.
Yeah, Christ almighty. And I was sitting next to Big Steve.
Oh.
So I'm sitting here like a little goddamn sardine can with binoculars watching Tom Segura.
Yeah.
Because, I was taking class. Every time I go see these big comedians, I watch them very closely, what they do, how they say things, what they do with their body, and I see all sorts of comedians and I watch them and I I take class of this stuff to get better as a comedian myself. And so I brought binoculars because I knew I had a bit of a.
Oh, you weren't joking. You actually had
I
binoculars.
actually brought my binoculars, same binoculars I brought to our Post Malone concert years ago.
I didn't sit by you during that show, but I do think I remember you taking those.
I do. I have concert binoculars. And I'm into it. I just like to feel close. I like the voyeurism style vibe of using binoculars. I don't know what it is, but I was watching his close movements. I was able to see him check his time, where he's at, little comedian things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was watching him very closely, and it was a hell of a show. Wonderful, wonderful show.
Good.
His opener, I think his name is Jeff Tate. He doesn't need a shout out from me. He's a fairly big comedian, but he had a really, really good opening set where I was like, that was really good. Like,
Nice.
even Lexi, she's not super into comedy. She was like, he's good. And I was like,
Nice.
oh yeah, he's good. That was big time.
Good
So-
jokes, huh?
Good jokes. And it's not edgy blue material whatsoever. It was all just funny, good jokes. So I really liked what that character brought. I think
Cool.
it's Jeff. I think his name's Jeff Tate, but I may be wrong, and I'm not going to fact check myself. So
Mhm.
whoever opened for Tom Segura in the tour called I'm Coming Everywhere. That's
That's what it was called.
yeah, I'm Coming Everywhere. He
Double
came to
play.
well,
Double
he came
meaning.
to literally 100 of America's biggest cities, and Seattle was one of them, which was honorable. But yeah, so I saw him there.
Nice.
List Man coming up this month, actually.
Yeah.
You and I are gonna go see Joe List, one of my favorite comedians ever.
I really enjoy him. He's like half of one of our favorite podcasts.
Tuesdays
And,
with Stories, baby.
We've seen his counterpart, Mark. We've seen him twice now.
Yeah, together.
And I really want to see. I need to see the list, man.
Oh man, I need to see Daddy Longlegs put it into action.
Yeah.
He is so funny. And if you guys at home haven't yet seen and want to see a comedy special on YouTube, you can YouTube I Hate Myself by Joe List, and it is a fantastic hour-long special, really well produced.
Shot at the
Something
Comedy
you-
Cellar, New York
Shot
City.
at the Comedy Cellar. Shout out to Comedy Cellar in New York. Looks like something you'd see on Comedy Central, but guess what? It's not. It's free for you on YouTube. So check it out. I Hate Myself. That's our rec to you guys this week. That's right.
Definite
The
rec.
table's turned. We're wrecking you guys. You got homework. Check out I Hate Myself by Joe List. It's a comedy special. He's so funny. You guys will laugh your asses off. Laugh your tits off. Laugh your dicks off.
And I like him because he's not all the way dirty like Mark. And don't get me wrong, I like Mark's material, and I like how edgy and like often more so than not edgy Mark is.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe, he kind of dips into the edgy material in some instances, but he's more so like a little off kilter down the middle, like clean laughs.
Did you hear the newest Tuesdays that he's doing a new special in the Village Underground?
I didn't watch the most recent Tuesdays. I think I'm like a week behind.
It's
But
a couple weeks back, but
but I did hear that something's in the works. Well,
I
he shot
follow
a
him on
movie.
Instagram, and his first show is already sold out for the Village Underground for his special taping, and so he has a
Nice.
whole new special coming out on after it. I Hate Myself, which is your guys' homework, but at any rate, he says this special's all dick and shit jokes. So what you just said may very well go out the window, but the I Hate Myself is very good. It'll hit a broad audience. It's very funny. What's a peeve? Give me a peeve of yours. What's something that really, because we have a section called hate mail, and something I want to do with the guests is I want you to bring your hate mail to the podcast. I want you to personally, I want to riff with you. I want to talk about the hate mail. I want to talk about your peeve. I want to talk about something that drives you bonkers. What steams your clams, buddy?
So what really grinds my gears is we go to comedy shows all the time, be it professional or stand-up shows.
Yeah.
I cannot stand when people talk during shows.
Oh, that does drive you crazy. Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. I mean,
Big no, by the way. If you go to a comedy show, everybody, shut your fucking lips.
don't.
I mean, you can laugh and you can clap, but don't talk to people.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't talk
to
back
them. Don't
either.
talk to them like you're talking to a television, like it's a conversation between you and them. They don't need your justifications or your Oh, what? This is like a sub bracket peeve when people are talking during shows is when they heckle them and they talk and they like think that they're adding something funny to the joke.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate even more than that when people laugh and justify them because then they think, oh, I'm funny. But they're not. They just shout out stupid shit. And then when they get justification from laughs around people, then they think that they're funny and
it perpetuates the whole heckling situation until somebody gets kicked out.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
I've seen you audibly get really worked up about people behind us talking to the comic or, heckling or things like that. We've had many instances where, dude, it drives me nuts too. You don't go to a car wash and get out of the car and start hosing it down. You let the guy take care of it, right? So why would you go to a comedy show and start telling jokes at a comedy show? You let the comedian take care of that,
Yeah.
You're the car, let it get washed.
Yeah, we were at a show, an open mic. No, it wasn't even an open mic. Well, yeah, no, it was. It was definitely an open mic, like probably 6 months ago or so. And this guy was up there doing his bit. And this old man, like not old man, he's probably in his 40s or 50s. He was like a parent there with his son and his either his daughter-in-law or his son's girlfriend, and he just kept chiming in on bits and stuff. And one time he like chimed in on a bit, and the comic was like actually like stood up for himself. He's like, hey, like I'm doing my stuff up here. I scheduled this and all that, and he kept shouting out and I just lost it. Like I was like, I think we both shouted out. I shouted out and I was like, shut the fuck up. Like stop talking or something like that.
Yeah.
It just grinds the fuck out of my gears.
I totally understand that, man. I mean, there was one time that I was at an open mic early in my open mic career. And I don't know if you were with me. No, I think it was right when your schedule got changed. Remember how I told you about there was a guy that walked into the crowd?
Oh yeah.
And I yelled at the guy.
I definitely was not there.
I yelled at this guy. He was on stage and he had nothing ready and he was making fun of the crowd and he had no material prepared whatsoever. And he was just like, "Oh, say something." And I yell, "Tell a fucking knock knock or something," and he goes, "Knock knock, your fucking mama," and everyone boos him and shit like that. And then someone in the crowd's like, "Come on, man, just like, try a little." And then he went off the stage with the microphone, "I'm gonna find you, motherfucker." And Jesus. I just went trying to find this guy, and it's like, worst type of person. Come on, get your shit together. If you can't handle us heckling you because you fucking suck balls, get the fuck off the stage.
It's definitely one thing if you
haven't ever seen him since either, so
that's
fucking
good.
Ran him out of town.
That's good. It's definitely one thing if you're trying to make an honest attempt at the art and you actually get stuff going and laid out and you want to attempt it and execute it, and there's some jackass being like, "Oh, I think that would be funny too if I said this right here." That's one thing. But if you go up there and you're just drowning and you start taking it out on the crowd,
you start taking swings at the crowd. Yeah. Fuck you, dude. That's not their problem. That's your problem for not preparing correctly.
Definitely.
Because it's not hard to make people laugh. You have to put a little work into it, but it's not hard. Most people can go up to an open mic and get some laughs. So that's because you're unprepared and you're pissed off because you're unprepared. And to kind of close out, let's kind of touch on that Dave Chappelle special. I mean, I kind of teased it to the people. We kind of cliffhung it. This is our first little guest ep, so it's been kind of all over the road. So thanks for hanging out. We know this isn't really... it's something, but this is nothing like what the guest eps will soon to be on random Wired and Weird or Wacky Wednesdays. So, thanks for hanging in there. But that Dave Chappelle special, The Closer, that's a big special for Dave Chappelle. And we're talking some big comedy right here. This is a big historic kind of thing because he took a stand. He really did.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I enjoyed it. There's so much to unpack on it, but I really, really did enjoy it. I liked I really liked how the genius of Dave Chappelle, so the Clifford story and the Space Jews story that you thought were kind of just halfway funny, like haha jokes in the beginning.
Exactly. They were what? They were
callbacks.
They were callbacks. We love callbacks.
And he really just wrapped it around to it. And it's just like a masterpiece of the way he writes.
He's so good at what he does. He's so good at the art of stand-up. And I'm not trying to suck his dick right now, but he is so fucking good. And he is arguably the one person to bring this cancel culture to their knees. Is he can stand up and he can say, you know what? Fucking no. This is ridiculous. And you can't fire me because I quit. But this is what I'm saying on the way out. And I think it was enough to actually have people listen and go, you know what? God damn it. He has a fucking point. And I'm not going to say what his point is. You need to watch Dave Chappelle, The Closer. And no matter what you hear from other people or what they say or how it needs to be canceled, you watch it. You watch it and you decide for yourself. You don't listen to anybody on Facebook that tells you what to think. Watch the special and deem what you think about it. Hey, thanks for hanging in there, guys. This has been Anthony Beisel.
Anthony Beisel, checking out.
Anthony Beisel, checking out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been so fun. So, you know our slogan. You stay weird and we'll stay wired. We love you guys. Woo-wee. All right, hey, have a good life. Hi-ya! Hey.
Yeah, both things against her.
Oh,
we joke. We have fun here.
Oh, it took a second. Oh.